All right, so now I've been, like I told you, studying in the divine name, and there's another way to say it, but it's kind of obscure because it's rarely used, right? Now, if you go to Psalms 68, verse 4, it says, "Sing unto God, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Jah, Jah, and rejoice before him." Right. Well, Jah is Yah in the Hebrew. In fact, it's Yahah, right? Because it has two H's. But the weird thing is, La'ah, which means to her, is also used with L, right? Or L-A, but the emphasis of El and El-He, right, is one is the Almighty, right, and one would be Almighty she, right. Now, the word Hey is just He Aleph, right? Though He does mean behold, Almighty behold, it could be El He or El He, right? But at the same time, El He would be a feminine reference to God, not a masculine. Wouldn't it? If you got Elhy and Eliyahu, right? Elyhw, right? Her. And the divine name is Yahuwah. That don't fit the consonants and the vowel points, right? Uh-oh. So if Yahuwah and Yahoo are tied into the divine name, and Ya'ah, okay, is another way to say it, or Ja'ah, or Javah, or Yahuwah, right. Now, if I call you Jehovah, right, but it's Jah first, right, is that your real name, right? No, not really. Even if I call you Yahweh, right? Which way do you go, George? There you go. But if I call you Yahuwah or Yahvah, you might know that reference to yourself and say, "Oh, you be me." Yeah. Maybe. Now, nothing wrong with Jehovah. Nothing wrong with Yahweh, I guess, right? But if you're trying to reach something and it's taking care of the universe, right, as well as, planet Earth, right? He's got the whole world, it's got the whole world in its hands, it made everything, right. Though we can't see it, like the gases in the universe, right? Unless it's a star or something it made first, right? Or however it did that. We don't understand how it made the universe. We just know we're in a made universe, right? Something formed all this, silly, right? Whether you can see it or not, including us. That's what we Christians and Jews and Muslims, I guess, are trying to reach, huh? Now, even Allah, there's a phrase, like I said, El-Ah in the Hebrew, right? So maybe they're related names of God too, right? To my Muslim and Jewish brothers, I say, are we not trying to worship the same God, but we call it by a slightly different name, right? And yet, it don't know its real name, or the name we call it by isn't sufficient for it, right? Or it says, well, here's my name, but don't use it, Hebrew people. Okay, right. That's what someone told you that, right? After Daniel, right? Before Malachi, right? And whoever that brilliant person is, they got you to quit using the name of God, right? Well, is that a good person or a dumb person, right? You tell me. I mean, it's one of your so-called rabbi or prophets who did so, right? By the way, is he a smart man or a dumb man? And should you listen to him out, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Obviously, whoever Yahah is, right? And again, Yahvah works for it, or Yahuwah, right? Like I said, right? Netanyahu is the current way to say the name at the end of another form of something, right? And then again, Eliyahu, right, is the ancient way to say Yahoo, right? And Yahoo could be separated from Nathan, right? I think, right. And whatever that means, though, right? But it's the Yahoo that might be tied to the divine name because of the vowel YHW. And then all you need is another H. Well, what is another way to say all that? Yahuwah, right? Like Sarah, right. Well, Sar is prince and Sarah is princess, right? Saroth is princesses, right? And Sareen is princesses. So why would Yahuwah be a problem with God for you to call it by? I don't know. And tell you quit using that name, right? Now, would other people from a foreign nation who worship a male or female idol understand it? No. Actually, they wouldn't understand its reference, right? It's almost androgynous in nature, like the Greek god Hermaphroditus, right? Instead of like, right, almost as if the male and female are one in the body of the being claiming to be your God, and it's not a man or a woman, right? You know, a no key L low ish, right? It's kind of a weird thing to say if you're both, but neither. See, then you can both say at times I'm a man, but no man, right. Too. You're kind of both, but neither, right? Male nor female either, right? You're man and woman as one, right? From whom both Adam and Eve was made in your image, and then from the one came the female form, right? In the male, making both by parts, right? From two wholes, from two parts into a whole, right? Fully male and fully female, right? Does that make some sense? Right? If it does to me, why don't it to you? Right? If I'm making something 100% as an adult, it can't be male or female. It's got to be neither. And then I make it into two. That don't make sense to you, or it can't to a carnal male's mind who's following the devil, right? In his image after the fall, right? See, when Adam and Eve were two, that's when they sinned with the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? Now, knowledge means you did something you were told not to do anyway, but the result of the sin was making aprons. Now, if it involves biting into a piece of fruit, where's their napkin instead? Right? I don't know. See, if I am eating a piece of fruit, my mouth, not my genital area, would be what I would hide from God, right? If it showed up. Why would I have my genitalia unless it's a different creature? Both me and my wife had sex with her. And it would seem the fruit of the body of Satan was what I wasn't supposed to eat of, not a fruit tree, right? Or I would have had to wipe my mouth with the fruit of the fruit tree I ate of instead of my genital area. Right. That is kind of the point there. And I became ashamed by it. Right. The sin I did with it. Well, what can you do with a piece of fruit? I mean, besides maybe the banana that would involve your lower extremities. I don't know. I don't know. Or you don't want to know. Or you don't want to know. See, that's the problem, too. If you can know the truth, but you're never able to come to the knowledge of the truth, that don't mean God is hiding it from you. It means you're too dumb to understand it. Don't want to. Don't want to, baby. Uh-oh, that's your problem. Not that it's not in the Bible, as is other references to Satan in the Bible. Even in Job, we're told that Satan and the angels go in the presence of the throne room of God, right? In the heavenly realm, right? Still, right? Even after the fall, Satan still had access into heaven itself, right? Now, it said if I'm the male child, right, he one day will be cast into the earth himself. What then? Woe unto you, inhabitants of the earth, Satan is cast down from heaven. Meaning he won't have access to it for the last 2,000 years, maybe, right? Now, why 2,000 years? Well, 3 days to the Lord is what? 3,000 years. Now, the Bible says, after 2 days I will revive them sometime in, or during. The third day I will raise them up. Now, if I revive you, I give you something back you lost. If you don't know what the divine name was, and I've, in the spirit of Moses and Elijah, figured it out for you, right? Yahuwah, from Yahah and Yahuwah and Moshe and Elihu, Yahu. Oh, there's an Elhu. Is there an Elihu mentioned somewhere? Mm-hmm. Is there an El-Uah? Is there an El-He? Right. Maybe two. Right. No, it said don't make graven image male or female. Right. Either one. Neither one. For God is one. Right. We're two from one. Right. If I take parts of Adam, then the parts of Adam had to have parts of Eve too, right? And then I made her body from the parts in his body that was both, right? Male and female, right? And then I changed his body to fully male, right? And he kept the first body, and then I made her body independently of his. And from one came two to seek a godly seed, right? Now, she's the earth you plant your seed into, or the lamp you put your oil in, right, according to Jesus. And he speaks of 10 virgins waiting for the bridegroom, right? In Jerusalem or somewhere. I don't know where that could be. Or there's a passage in Isaiah that talks of 7 women taking hold of one man to take away their reproach. And Rachel had a reproach among women, so did Hannah, right? So did Sarah initially, and gave Abraham Hagar, right? Because they were having problems conceiving in the flesh, right? a child. So, and Abraham and Sarah were 190 when they finally had Isaac. Right, right. That's almost a century, Christians, right? Jews and Muslims, right? Now, if you have a slave girl, though, Muslims, right? Do you give the inheritance to your wife's son or the slave girl's son, right? If you were told before the wife had the son, she would have a son, but it took a little longer than you thought, right? That could be another issue with the Jews and the Muslims, right? Who really got the inheritance? Ishmael or Isaac, right? Right. Okay, another dilemma here, right? What is the truth?